And there's the setup with the stabilizer there, charging up the batteries. Got the GoPro Hero 4. Nathan gave me this new hat. It's awesome. All lubed up. I guess we're at Chautauqua Park, starting the main park. It's very busy, construction. But yeah, getting back in the mountains, doing a little mountain run. We'll go up Green, behind the Flatirons there, and then head over towards Bear Peak, which is my favorite. Probably be quite a bit of snow up there still, but yeah, still just trying to get back in shape. I don't even know how far it'll be, but a little bit of vertical, a little bit of climbing. Got all my gear on, so should be good. Let's head out here. Started the watch. Oh, I should also say we're gonna go up Gregory Canyon Trail, go up Green, Gregory Canyon, standard route, my favorite, and then head over the West Ridge to Bear Peak. Film some clips along the way. We'll take the top of Green too, might as well. Ah, too hot. Gotta take my jacket off. Whew. I like these Speed Goat 2s though. Alright, about 3/4 of the way up Green. A little bit of snow. It's a little slushy, it's melting pretty fast, but that's what you're seeing here. So I'm on to Green. This is facing down over the top of the Flatirons. You gotta look south here towards Bear Peak, which is where we're going next. See it? It's probably got more snow up there. The actual summit post of Green is up here. Cloudy and Indian Peaks today. So this is going down from the top. A little more rocky and technical up here. Some stairs. To the Bear Peak, West Ridge. Alright, still going down the Bear Green Trail, or Green Bear Trail. It's one of my favorite views of the West Ridge of Bear because you can see kind of the line you go up in the old burn zone. Looks like the sun hit it pretty well though, coming in from the west side, so hopefully the snow's not too bad actually. Got some dry spots even. It's pretty nice. It's a nice day. So I came down from that way. Funny story up here by this power line in this field. This is where I saw my first mountain lion, well, my one and only mountain lion. Broad daylight, about this time of day, stalking up there, up in the field, looked at me for 2 seconds, bolted. It was huge. It was like 8 feet long with its tail probably. It could have been a female actually, I don't know, but it was really big. It's really scary. It gets your heart pounding. I always look up here in the field and call out, "Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty." Just to make sure it's not lurking up there on these rocks, because it was amazing to see. Amazing to see, scary to see. Not really too worried about it, but yeah, you know, this is their territory. They like this elevation. They like this climate. They like these rocks. So keep an eye out. Try to get it on film if we do see one, but it's very rare. chilly up here. Gotta put my jacket on. I think I'll take my new special top secret My Spring Energy Pack. New flavor. Working, collaborating with them. Developing. It is very tasty, I must say. Alright, so there the footage kind of kicked out on me. My GoPro battery died. Dang GoPro batteries, I thought I had an extra one, kind of on the top of Bear Peak there. But I basically just repeated the run back. 14.4 miles about, what is that, like 23 kilometers with just under, around 4,500 feet of climbing, I think. I think that's like 1,370 meters. Correct me if I'm wrong, call me out, please. I'm not good with the metric conversions always, but I know most of you guys are metric. So, yeah, it was a good little, getting my mountain legs slowly back, slowly trying to build up mileage. Definitely felt, really tired after Lake Sonoma. Had to take some time totally off, probably gained some weight. I don't know. I don't weigh myself really that much, but, you know, didn't run a step, for a while. And it, you know, it takes a while to build back and to especially transition up to gaining more vertical, doing some more mountain running. Trying to log just the vertical and get the legs used to the climbing and the descending, because that's going to be really key moving forward into the mountain season of UTMB. And, you know, first race back, Mount Washington, it's coming up fast. It's coming up fast. I've done Mount Washington 3 times before, I think. And, yeah, it'll be my 4th time on the Big Hill, New Hampshire. So it's a road race. It is a road race, but it's 12% average grade, net uphill, 12K. You really do want to be dialed with high intensity half marathon type of training. When I ran my best at Mount Washington, I ran 58:26, I think it was. It was the American record at the time, maybe about 40 seconds faster than Matt Carpenter. Still way off Jonathan Wyatt's course record, but, you know, I was in 106 half marathon shape. I ran a 106 half marathon, on a really hilly half marathon course in Portland at the Portland Rock and Roll half marathon race. This is May 2012. I was coming off a 2:18 marathon at Olympic trials that year, injury at Chuckanut, but, you know, that was 2012. I was really dialed to the high intensity needed to run a sub 60 minute Mount Washington ascent. Last couple years I've done it off of Transvolcania, and I did it one year. I was really silly. I did it the week after doing a 50-mile ultra. I did the Cayuga Trails 50 in Ithaca, New York. Go Big Red, home of Cornell and Ithaca College. On trails that I trained on in college, ironically. And yeah, I tried to do Mount Washington a week later. Didn't have my climbing legs real great. So, you know, I ran over 60 minutes. I'd like to be competitive at Mount Washington this year, but it's, you know, it's a intense race. It's a shorter distance mountain race, and that's why I intentionally chose it. But a week later is the Mont Blanc Marathon, which will be more like, it's in Chamonix. It's the trails in Chamonix, which will be more like specific to the UTMB types of trails. And, you know, it's a week after Mount Washington, quick turnaround, but these are net uphill races. Net uphill races, quicker recovery, it's going to be better. Then heading in, carrying that momentum into Speed Goat 50K. I want to return to the Speed Goat 50K. Love that race. Carl, Speed Goat Meltzer, puts on a great event. And that'll be my final tune-up heading into UTMB. But that's the focus, is UTMB and the big build-up. And the idea is to start off with short-range climbing. So, you know, 12K climbing, marathon climbing, short range hills, and to develop that, extend that endurance and strength into long range climbing, which is really the key, well, besides nutrition and hydration and not falling apart, at UTMB, is that you have to be a good long range climber in these ultras. So, you know, people say, oh, you know, you do sky running races, short range climbing, you know, a lot of track and road guys could do fast climbing after 10K or an hour of climbing, or, you know, less than 20-mile mountain races. But it's a matter of, can you climb hard and well 40 miles into an ultra? Can you climb well at mile 70 of UTMB after you've already done 20,000 feet of vert and you've been out there for 12 or 15 hours? So long range climbing, especially after going down, descending a lot, is going to take a lot of training, basically. And I can't shy away from that. I got to put the time in on my feet, got to put the time in with dialing gear, nutrition. Mentally, you got to be there. Everyone's mentally tough at the top end, though, I believe. So, you know, that's the plan. That's the game plan. We'll see how much we deviate from that. But switch gears real quick here to end this vlog, and I don't want to end on a negative note because I like the positive energy. We got a lot of positive energy going here. Assume if you watch these videos, you kind of like the channel, or you're into mountain running and you share the same passion. But, you know, it came to my attention a week or two ago that there are certain people, this is a very small minority, I believe, in the mountain ultra running community. It's mainly probably in the U.S., but maybe in other countries. I don't know the niches of the cliques of the mountain ultra trail running community, because it is kind of diverse. It's very not diverse, but then there's some little niches, I guess. I don't like this us versus them type of attitude, and this generally goes with more of the old school, these are quotes, ultra vibe, of people that say, oh, you know, there's this new breed of road and track runners, these fast young guys that are coming in and you know, doing well on the record in certain races, but they're not real mountain athletes or something like that. And, you know, I think that's bullshit. I think, to me, it's all the same sport. It's all the same sport of distance running. Whether you run a road marathon, you run 100 miles in the mountains, you do 6-day races, you do a track 5K, it's all distance running. It's all hard. It should all be constantly hard if you push yourself 100%. And, you know, I've done a lot of the most competitive races on any surface and any distance now and experienced them firsthand. So, you know, I know what it's like to toe the line of a loaded 5K on a track, even though it's a flat race. And I know what it's like to toe the starting line of Western states or, you know, some gnarly, you know, sky running races. And, you know, it's not a new breed to me. It's been this, over time we've seen, I mean, a mentor of mine is Max King, a guy, a 2:14 marathoner, came into the ultras. This was like 7 or 8 years ago. It was before I joined in 5 years ago. And he was doing 100Ks and ultras, and he doesn't need service any distance. And, you know, I looked up to that. And you always see some guys with fast track times, 5K, 10K, or road marathon times, and they come trickling into the sport, you know, at a high end every year. It's just been this slow progression. I don't think there's ever going to be this mass rush into ultras. That being said, lotteries are getting very hard, and it's hard to get into certain races, and that could be part of the backlash, as well as, you know, the aspect of competition and drive, but, you know, what defines a real mountain ultra trail runner. But to me, that's all kind of hogwash, because, well, you know, I've been criticized a lot, and, you know, I take that kind of personally. You know, you could criticize me on my social media plugs. I'm a blatant sponsor plugger. Some of these things run like ads. I know that. It's part of my personality. I'm social media addict. I love business marketing. I'm over the top. I'm not going to be subtle with a sponsor plug. That's just not me. I'm going to be in your face. And, you know, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch that part of the video. You could unsubscribe or, you know, whatever. No one's forcing you to watch my videos if you really dislike them. But, you know, I get feedback that people hate my videos. They hate, you know, what I do. They criticize me, though, and that's fine. That's fair game. That's fair game. And, you know, Sandy will call me out on things. Her bullshit meter is right on. So, you know, call me out if it's something honest. Now, when I get called out on my physical appearance, I get called out for being clean shaven, like that's a problem, or my haircut. That's like middle school type of bullying, I think. And I think that's hogwash, because, you know, I'm clean shaven because I can't grow a beard. I physically do not have very much facial hair. I try to, you know, shave every now and then, but, and, you know, my haircut, I don't give a lot of thought into my hair. You know, I got a $8 Supercuts cut probably before this race that I was criticized in my appearance for. And, you know, I'm going to wear clothing that my sponsors give me because it's in my contract, one, but also because I really appreciate their support. And, you know, I don't coordinate or match outfits. I don't care about physical appearance that much. I wouldn't judge someone based, you know, I wouldn't write about that or do a video on someone's physical appearance, because I think that's a low blow. I think that's, you know, judge a person by their character, their actions towards others, how they positively contribute to society. And yeah, I digress. But anyway, us versus them attitude, I don't like it. We're all distance runners. There should be mutual respect, whether you run a 5K on a track or a road marathon, or you do 50 miles, 100 miles in the mountains, trails, whatever. You know, I grew up in the backwoods of Oregon. I grew up on 25 acres, densely populated wood. I was running around on trails since I was, as long as I could remember, 2-3 years old. I was running around in the trails. We had thousands of acres of forest behind our house. My parents lived in the total sticks of Oregon. We had, like, you can't use your cell phone at my parents' house still. it doesn't work. It's not going to work. We had like 2 channels on our TV growing up, and they came in really fuzzy. I didn't watch TV growing up. I was out running in the woods. I've been running on the trails for years. Even, you know, as a collegiate runner, if you go to Ithaca, New York, I mean, we were out there running on single track through the woods, pretty isolated areas. You run through a foot of snow at 6 p.m. in the winter in the dark without a headlamp, wearing these freaking cotton sweatpants. Thanks, Barton Hall. Cotton sweatpants, you know, CU Athletics. And yeah, you know, we did a lot of trail running in college. And we never viewed it as that. Even as road runners, you want to run on a soft surface, and we had a lot of hilly single track out there in Ithaca, New York. And you know, I'm not a mountain climber. I don't rock climb. I don't do class 5 pitches. I don't ski. I don't consider myself a mountain climber by any means, but I love to run in the mountains and I love to run outdoors, and I wouldn't judge people based on, what did they say? I'm more likely to be found on an Alter-G treadmill, I believe. I've never touched an Alter-G treadmill. Maybe I'd like to if I got injured one day, but I don't have access to one. I like treadmills. I think they're a great training tool, but usually I don't run on them, and I've never touched an Alter-G treadmill. So I don't like the projections, I guess. And I'm sorry I'm going so much off on this rant, but it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing to see from a social perspective and different perspectives and views of people in the mountain ultra trail running community. But I see it as the running community as a whole. It's a distance running. You know, I don't care if you're running 100 miles in the mountains or you're running a perfectly flat half marathon on a track. I'm going to respect the distance. I'm going to respect the surface, because if you're running hard and you're pushing yourself hard, it is a tough sport, and it deserves respect across all disciplines, any surface, any distance. That's my little rant on that. I don't have much else to say, but definitely, you know, I like the positive energy that I've gotten on here, the feedback. Again, if you don't like these vlogs, just don't watch them. No one's forcing you to watch these YouTube videos. But yeah, it's there's a lot of positive energy, and that's the vast majority, overwhelming support that I love about the community, and that's why I love interacting with you guys and posting on social media, hearing about your stories and progression. We're gonna have some more training talk videos on the way. Comment below with topics that you'd like to hear about, maybe, and vote them up. Comment with how your running's going, what kind of races you're doing. Let me know. I do like to read all the comments, so thanks so much. Again, it's a really welcoming community. It's a really generous community, and Sandy and I can't thank you enough for all the support we've had on our coaching business, sagerunning.com, with our training plans and coaching athletes, as well as just feedback on these videos, feedback, all the support on Patreon. It's just been an amazing journey, and we really couldn't do any of this without you. And I think it is a testament to the kindness of the mountain ultra running community and how we are, as a vast majority, I should say, very welcoming and open and respectful of each other and nice to each other. And I think that, you know, we all just want to go through life finding this sense of flow and finding ways to hopefully benefit society in a positive way, inspire others, help others, and, you know, also help ourselves along the way. But it just lift all of us up together. We're all kind of on the same team anyway. So I think that's kind of the big takeaway of this big off-subject rant. I don't mean to have these vlogs be really long rants on that or anything like that. But thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate the support. Hope your running's going well. And stay tuned for more via 2Max Productions.